Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University in Phoenix, The Resurrection of Jean Grey, and it's a really long title, okay? This is part three of five. So, first off, it's looking like it's not going to be weekly anymore. I mean, there's only two more issues, but they've both been pushed back a week, which kind of stinks. So, part five is going to come out at the same time that Jean Grey number 11, which is apparently the final Jean Grey issue, is going to come out the exact same week. I presume we have to read the Phoenix Resurrection book first, because that Jean Grey one is supposed to be the final one that tells us what happened to all the psychics. So yeah. Anyway, in this particular one, whole bunch of crazy stuff. Jean on the space shuttle and all that craziness, and then she's running from the Phoenix, and the house catches on fire. She's trying to hide in. I know it sounds really weird. Oh, and of course she's getting hit on by Wolverine again in the most creeper ways. It's funny, I haven't seen comic books with Wolverine hitting on Jean Grey lately, and it's one of those things where it's like I see him again, and I'm an adult now, so I'm reading. I'm like, oh my god, he was a creeper this entire time. Could you imagine that? Like, when I was a kid and I idolized Wolverine, I'm like, yeah, go for it. Scott's a punk, man. Yeah, that's how you're supposed to talk to women. Dude, I am surprised I didn't end up myself in jail. Like, looking up to Wolverine and being like, so that must be how you talk to women. I'm glad I never tried it. So anyway, yeah, Jean Grey is basically being tortured psychically in this issue, and the X-Men don't have any choice but to go and actually check for her grave. And yay, we get a quick little Danny Moonstar. Danny Moonstar explained in a minute. Comic Book University, but we get a little Danny Moonstar cameo, and unfortunately she just gets shut down. Like, she didn't say anything mean, and Kitty Pryde, walks up to her and Beast. Beast is like being rude with her. It's like, okay, enough, both of you. What do you mean enough, both of you? Stop taking favorites. Anyway, so they realize that she's not in her grave anymore. It's like, okay, this is bad. So they go and ask the White Queen, Emma Frost, hey, what's going on? Where's she at? It's like, oh, she's on this plateau in New Mexico. Every so often when Scott and I were, getting it on, it's like, okay, there's a creeper for you. These two, his mind would sometimes, only sometimes, wander for just a little bit. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, you're the best. And he would think about this plateau that he and Jean used to be on. So, okay, that makes sense. Oh, on top of that, the fishing trip of this father and son in Jamaica Bay. Dude, never, ever go fishing in Jamaica Bay. All right? You know what landed there. You know the cocoon and all that. Don't do it. Just don't do it. So anyway, it finally ends up with Magic realizing that she can cut through some kind of a barrier, and she sees this dimension door where the X-Men now have to enter and see what's going on. Okay, cool. Let's check this out. Let's see what's behind door number one. So yeah, we're gonna. I don't know. It's a wild ride. It's funny. There's not a whole lot happening in here. Like, when you stop and think about this for a second, okay? This is my only criticism, if I even had one for this comic. When you stop and think about it, not much progression in the story is really happening. Yet somehow this is still such a terribly interesting book that I can't take my eyes off of it. It's literally like they said, oh yeah, in 2 weeks we'll have the next issue. And I'm like, why do I have to wait 2 weeks? Why do I have to wait 2 weeks? I was promised a week. So yeah, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm giving this an A+. There should be zero doubt about it. Just call it favoritism, whatever. This is an incredible story so far, and I'm glued. So there's that. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.